when one talks about his past, when one talks about his legacy, it is going to remain etched. The movie Sholay, generations have grown up seeing those films, repeating those dialogues, singing those songs, humming those tunes, and Dharmendra will always be a part of that. His actors from back in the day, a lot of them have been seen arriving here at the Pavan Hans crematorium, where a lot of actors are arriving along with family and friends. A little earlier this month, there were false reports which had made light of day, suggesting that what we now know, but today is the day that Dharmendra Paji leaves us. Disha, if you're there with us, again, you know, Bollywood's original He-Man, the muscle man, much before the Salman Khans and the muscle men, Sunil Shetty's and the Sanjay Dutt's, there was Dharmendra, who really, you know, he embodied that macho presence on screen. The Mardon ka Mard, Doston ka Dost, that kind of, you know, embodiment of that actor who was there, the original action hero. He could convince an audience that he can single-handedly bash up 25 men or even more. His presence was looming over Indian film history, and of course history it is now, but give us more on, you know, his impact on the Indian film industry. All right, we will try to reconnect with Disha, but for now here are some more reactions that have come in. We'll try to reconnect there. Just for anybody who's tuning in, Dharmendra Deol, 89 years old, veteran actor, left behind a legacy. And these are some of the reactions that came in. The reaction in front is of Karan Johar, who posted a photograph of Dharmendra from back in the day. You can see no one needs to explain how good looking he was. It's an end of an era, says Karan Johar, a massive mega star, the embodiment of a hero in mainstream cinema, incredibly handsome, most enigmatic screen presence. He is and will always be a bona fide legend of Indian cinema, defining and richly present in the pages of cinema history. But mostly he was the best human being. He was so loved by everyone in the Indian film industry. All right, I'm now being joined by veteran actor Raj Babbar, who's joining us here over the phone line. Mr. Babbar, thanks so much for making time for us. You know, I'd like to hear from you your favorite memories of Dharmendra ji.
For me personally also, industry has lost a great human being, great actor, and the most handsome, as Karan said. I think धर्म जी के बाद में इतना खूबसूरत हीरो नजर नहीं आया, बल्कि धर्म जी के साथ में लोगों की कंपैरिजन होता था, आज भी होता है. I started my career with Dharamji. Means I went to Mumbai first time, and there was a big star who met, and whom I met, with the Dharamji. And later I worked with him in so many films, and with a family production, with him also with Sunny, with Bobby. For me, it's like a family. Recently, he has played a TV role with my daughter also. Not TV, it's a play, stage play. Sayyara. So I'm just at the airport. I'm just leaving now to Mumbai. But it's very sad for me.
I understand, sir. This would be an extremely emotional moment. You started your career with him, as you mentioned. Any of your fondest memories or your first memory of meeting Dharampaji? All right, that was Raj Babbar, veteran actor who was there with us. He, as he mentioned, is taking a flight to Mumbai as of now to be with the family. And Dharampaji, as he mentioned, he had started his career with Dharmendra ji, and from that voice, from his emotions, you can make out what kind of impact Dharampaji had on everyone. This is Dharmendra Deol we are speaking about, the original He-Man of Bollywood, and his connections with his fans and especially other co-actors and even junior actors And generations after him, the actors who have come, he had a connect with all of them. In most of his photographs, even from his later days, even from more recently, even in his 80s, you could always see him with a bright smile, always, and had a deep connect with his fans. He was. These are stills that you have on your screens. This is a poster from the movie Sholay, the iconic movie which came in the 70s, and his dialogues from that movie that they've echoed through time, through generations, and people have connected with him, and that's the kind of impact he had. This is one of hundreds of movies. Nearly 300 movies is in which he acted. That's what we know about him. Legendary actor Dharmendra. He was hospitalized in Mumbai days ago, but there were also rumors earlier. Keeping those aside now, we know that Dharmendra Deol, who was born in a small village in Punjab in 1935, was 89 years old. Today, it's confirmed he's no longer with us. The Deol family had been, we'd like to leave the family at this point, as it's a loss. More than before, Bollywood actors or public figures, they are a family, and they've lost someone very dear to them. But what we do know is it's also a loss for all his fans. It's also a loss for all the younger generations of actors who looked up to him. He was acting right till his last days. There's another movie of his which will be coming up soon. And the veteran actor had been admitted due to respiratory issues at Breach Candy Hospital. That was a little earlier this month. And of course, he leaves behind a remarkable cinematic legacy spanning over 6 decades. 1960 is when he came onto the big screen. The persona he had, it will be beyond time, beyond the scope of any other time frame. You look him up from his early days, and you can compare that to any actor from across the world, and you'll know why he had such an impact immediately as soon as he came. And of course, then his persona, and then his acting, and then his relations, and then his connect, and then his warmth, all of that which only added to his legacy. His final on-screen appearance will be releasing on the 25th of December. He's survived by his former wife Prakash Kaur, Hema Malini, and 6 children: Sunny Deol, Bobby Deol, Isha Deol, Ahana Deol, along with Ajita and Vijeta. Regarding one of the biggest stars of Indian cinema, as he's and will always be known as, Dharmendra began his career with the movie Dil Bhi Tera, Hum Bhi Tere. That movie came out in 1960. The actor who proved his talent equally in intense and comic roles, and that's where his ability as a performer, they came out. It wasn't just action movies. His comic timing was known throughout the industry, throughout his fans. He could get anybody to crack up as a viewer, and had an intense relation with all his colleagues, with all his co-actors, younger, his generation and older. He went on to work in numerous hits, and let's just go over those very quickly. Sholay, everyone remembers that. Yadon Ki Barat, Mera Gaon Mera Desh, Pratigya, Chupke Chupke, Naukar Biwi Ka, Phool Aur Patthar, Satyakam, Ai Milan Ki Bela. There are a tremendous amount of movies that we know. But as of now, today, we confirm, and it has now been known, Dharmendra Deol is no more.